Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Ed Parcaut.
Friday. I'm Mike Kelly.
That's right. And we are. No, I'm just kidding.
The Warriors.
Actually, it's we were talking before the show that, where we're going right now is basically the 1980s. And if we don't make some changes, we're going to be like the movie The Warriors, which probably no one understands that movie. So
nobody born in the
90s,
late 90s,
or even 80s. They couldn't have saw it in the 80s. They were too young.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. True. I mean, that's, even if I showed it on screen, nobody would understand it or hear it, because
there might be one or two, movie. What do you call it? What do you call them?
Aficionados.
Well,
crazy people.
I didn't want to say pedophiles, but that was
PETA.
Movie files.
There you go.
Cinephiles.
Yeah. There you go. You got it. Finally.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with you? I can tell you what's going on with the market. Do you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
No, let me go first.
Right.
There are going to be about 40 open houses in Modesto this weekend.
Wow.
That's a lot of open houses.
Is that a record?
I don't think it's a record. Remember, I mean, you're old enough to remember, and I think you were in the business back then. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you were in the Navy, but in the 98, when we had...
I wasn't here. I was in San Diego.
We had 2,000 listings. Every listing was held open, it seemed like, every weekend.
Oh, really?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and brokers opens on Wednesday. So, and you had to feed the agents to come, feed the buyers to come. You had to do all kinds of creative stuff to get them to walk their little feet through your house and fall in love with it and buy it. So this market's different.
Yeah, but it's okay, all right. But we're still not at the inventory.
No.
We're at pre-pandemic, and that's everything that I'm reading still and looking into when I research for this show and the radio show we do, is still saying that even though rates have went up, we still have limited inventory. It's still being sold.
Right.
It's just not as many people are trying to buy it.
Correct.
Because I have people reaching out constantly trying to figure, and I'm trying to figure the best way to do it, because I see a ton of TikToks and everybody doing those things where I got enough money from the seller. No, you didn't get anything from this. That was the agent negotiated with the seller to get money to buy the rate down to the 5%, but they also had a good FICO score, because if I looked the other day for a conventional at 6 point, so they wanted to buy a conventional and their FICO score is 647. That was 7.35 with a huge cost, because the FICO score. Right. Yeah. So, but if you have over 700 in doing it, it's not that big of a deal to buy it down like that. And same with FHA and, VA and stuff like that. It's not as much money as people think it is, but you need to really look at it and say, hey, is this beneficial to me to do this right now?
Right.
Or is it better, like we said before, just get a decent rate?
The moral of the story is work on your credit first. Plan.
Is that what the moral is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I got out of it.
Okay. Well,
what were you getting out of it?
I'm just saying, talk to us first.
Right.
Let us work on it. Just take 30 days to get it up another 40, 60 points. Because even if you're going FHA, a 620, and then I get you a 680, it's night and day on the rate. Even though, yes, we can go down to 580. I know you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
But why do you want to if you don't have to?
Yeah.
Let's fix that.
You really won't dance when you're at 580. You might get the home, but you're going to pay a lot.
You're going to dance a lot to get the to get your loan through and everything. Because yes, we all can do it, but we don't. Some of us just don't want to go through that with you, because it's not going to be a fun process.
Right.
And I don't care what everybody says. Oh, it's so easy. No, it's not.
No. But anyway, inventory is not up there, even though there is going to be a lot of
open houses.
It just means agents are willing to work a little bit harder than they've normally had to in the last 2 years. You don't have buyers flocking to get to that property. You might get 1 to 2 offers. You're lucky if you do, but remember, you can only sell it to one person. So if you get one offer,
that's all you need.
Really negotiate.
Yeah. You only need one,
and have your agents do well for you. Yeah.
I was speaking with a builder, the guy that runs one of the big builders in town. Or actually, I think they're in Ceres and Keys right now. They're not in town.
Okay.
And he was saying the problem they have, it's hard to get people to their properties right now. But once they get them there, it's easy to sell them and help them get into the home.
Right.
So we're working a thing out to have them come on the radio in a couple of weeks to talk about it.
Good.
And then do a program through Real Estate Jerky to where you can get certain things done if you're referred by us, because they'll help you with money towards this because they know it's coming from the radio show.
Right. And this is probably one of the developers that's actually willing to pay a little bit towards the realtor who brings the buyer.
Exactly. They still do that.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of them do that now because
they need us.
They have sales people, but they don't have the people coming out beating down the door.
Right.
And one of the things I was telling you is all of a sudden I'm part of this program where I got 30 leads from Thursday last week to this week.
Yeah.
And they're not all 100%. They're not like just the one that starts with a Z and then where you bought that crap. These are better, right? You know what I'm talking about.
They're pre-scrubbed a little bit.
Well, totally. They FICO score, everything. That's not their issue. It's just about where they are with their income, how to get them there, what they want for their payment, that kind of different thing, and what they're looking to do. So I was like, hey, I got this whole thing going right now. But the problem I have is where to get them into a home. And if we could work something out with a builder that we can run them through this, because I like systems. I prefer a system. Get them here, sell them this, get them there, and let's get them out there. And so we're going to work something out, and you'll be part of that too.
Cool. So why don't you talk about the Fed? What happened on Wednesday?
They raised short-term interest rates like we thought they would do. Everybody was like, yay. And then it was like Jerome Powell said, we're going to blah, 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 blah. Talked out both sides of his mouth, and the market went, oh my goodness. Crap. It went down 800 points that day.
Yeah.
Don't care.
No.
It's about next week.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is about next week. And I know you guys are going to hate and we're going to lose everybody on here, but we need a balanced market.
Yeah.
We need a balance. And that's in real estate. We need a balanced government, period. That's how we make sure stupid things doesn't go through that affects us to where we have interest rates at 7%. We have diesel prices at $7 a gallon, whatever it's going to. We have limited. We're going to run out of diesel here. I don't know if people know this, but
that's what we were talking
January,
about.
Supposedly, we're going to run out of diesel. We don't have enough diesel.
Yeah, Thursday. We talked about that at Rotary. Could you imagine? There's no diesel, so there's no trucks.
Not only that, products. There's so much products that are petroleum products. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
yeah, and it's just so. This is important. Tell your neighbors, get out and vote on Tuesday. It is more important than anything else. Even if you don't agree the way I agree on certain things,
just vote.
I still want you to get out and vote.
Yeah.
You must get out and vote. I don't want a 50% turnout in Stanislaus County. That is just ridiculous right now when you can't be better off today than you were 4 years ago or 2 years ago.
You've got that absentee ballot sitting on your mail pile right now. Pull that thing out, read, vote, take an hour.
Yeah. I think the most confusing part of the ballot this year was should these judges stay on?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Why are you asking me?
Yeah.
I didn't appoint them.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. All right. So the other thing that came out this week was jobs today. And jobs came out better than expected. They were expecting 200,000 new jobs. They got 261,000. However, there weren't exactly the right numbers. That whole thing about how you can lie with statistics.
Right.
The numbers didn't come out as great as they thought. At first they were. Unemployment rate actually went from 3.5 to 3.7. So if they got enough jobs, more than they expected, how to go up because it wasn't the greatest jobs and they're not the exact jobs we want. Right. A lot of hospitality and leisure jobs. Which those don't stay forever. Those are not the high paying jobs. Those are the low paying jobs. Right.
Yeah. So 260, what'd you say? 67?
261,000.
61,000.
That's not California. That's nationwide.
That's nationwide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and they're not new jobs.
They probably just brought them back.
Yeah.
People are still traveling. People are doing this. They're doing that. Probably bringing it back for the holiday season, right? Because that's where they probably are. I know usually remember, it's always looking backwards. So this is what just happened. It's not this month. It's not November.
Yeah.
This was in October. So the question is,
and I like when the government says we created these jobs. No, you didn't. You probably lifted some stupid thing that made it affordable for the person to hire somebody.
Right. The only jobs the government creates is in their own agencies.
Right.
They don't create anything in the sectors.
No.
That is done by business owners and
allowing the business owners to do that by not taxing the crap out of them.
We should have like a radio show or something.
We should do something like that. Let's do it.
All right. This weekend we're going to be on the radio. Who do we have on?
Who
we
do
have
we
this
love?
weekend?
Oh, we have James Callejas with
that's
IPX 1031.
That's right. Talking about 1031 exchanges.
Yep.
And
every time that guy talks, I learn something.
Right. And if you can't tune in on Saturdays from 12 to 1 on 1360 AM or the iHeartMedia app, you can always do it on Sunday at 10 a.m. or just wait for the podcast on Monday.
On Monday. Yeah.
Which is anywhere you find your podcast apps, including Audible. You know, where you listen to books on? Yeah, we're there too.
The ears, right?
Huh?
The ears.
Huh?
Audible.
Huh?
Huh? Hey,
took a while.
I think we said something on Wednesday. I just want to say it again
to.
I know, but I want to say it again to the realtors out there that are wondering how they can make some money these next 2 months.
Work,
but get a hold of your past clients.
Oh yeah,
that didn't buy in 21 because they were competing against 45 other people. Seriously, or get a hold of, for whatever reason, some seller didn't sell. Get a hold of them and say, now's still a good time to sell.
Because the sellers will help out to get the reasonable rate. That's a reasonable payment within reason. Right. Like all those reasons.
How many reasons were there?
3 or 4.
3 or 4 reasons. Yeah. But a lot of just regular people, they're going to be so busy working and trying to survive and do what needs to be done for their family. If you don't contact them and talk to them about real estate, they're not going to be thinking about it right now.
No, they're too worried about everything.
It's still a good time to do those things. Yeah. So if they still want to sell, talk to them. If they still want to buy, talk to them.
Because people want to sell and people want to buy. They just don't know how they can right now. And they didn't know how to do it when we had low interest rates. They definitely don't know how to do it when we have a little bit higher interest rates. Yeah.
Marry the house.
Yeah, that's actually the funny thing about that is I see it everywhere now. There was an article written about how realtors are telling people to date the rate and buy and marry the price and all that stuff, and they were giving it a hard time. Well, it's the way we're trying to get people into homes right now where there's less competition,
right?
Because once competition comes back, yes, rates will be a little bit lower. It'll be more affordable, which means more people can afford it, which means more competition. You're not going to get in now, and you'll refinance later. And we'll also help you with the rate right now.
Right. Yep.
I mean, and we're going to see rates get lower next year. It's going to happen. I don't care what this government says. We are in a recession, right?
We is. The definition is still correct.
Yeah.
And
just because you deny it, and this is whoever you are. If you deny something for so long, you hope people don't believe it. Well, it's not the case. It's here. Yeah. And yes, you again. Get out and vote on Tuesday.
Or do it now and go drop off your ballot completely filled out and signed.
Yes, that would be work. That would be good too. Or this weekend. Yeah. When you're sitting there watching football.
Yep. Boom, 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 boom.
Or, on Saturday with college and Sunday, professional.
Yep.
Yeah. And if that's not your thing, the other football.
I can't spend 2 days sitting on the couch watching football.
I can't. I only watch one team, and we haven't been doing that good. So
Denver.
Yeah.
Go Broncos.
That's right.
All right.
Wearing the sweatshirt today.
Let's be done.
That's right. How we done? It's only been 12 minutes.
Nobody's asked us any questions.
Well, no one does anymore because we just talk all over the place, I guess.
Well,
all right. Well, everybody make it a great day and go check out the movie Warriors.
Yeah. If you have never seen it, it is
different.
Quite different.
Well, it's funny is
it's a classic.
Yeah, when you go back to movies back in the 80s and some 90s, and then people are like, "Oh, these people were so big," and they're like, "Okay, those are the skinny dudes today."
Yeah, those people are not big.
Yeah,
you some big dudes.
No,
they're tiny.
Not big dudes, not compared to today's standards.
Yeah. I think you should play a little clip.
They're not going to be able to hear.
They're not going to be able to hear it, but they could still giggle.
You're not going to be able to hear.
All right.
So
let's call it a day.
All right. It's a day. It's Friday, and everybody make it a great weekend. Get out. If you want to see an open house, make sure you get pre-approved before you go out there so you can write an offer. Reach out to Mike or myself. You can reach out to me. I'm Ed Parcaut anywhere, and you can reach out to Mike Kelly, and his phone number is right there.
Yep. And we can help you.
Yes, we can. Make it a great day.
Make it a great day. Bye.